Hey guys, Femi Lambers here, and right now I am going to go through an SMS CRM that I have. We have over, 83 leads just from the past week. So I'm just going to go through a lot of these. Some of them I'll call, some of them have already been touched. But let's make some deals happen here live. I actually am working on a deal right now in Oklahoma. It's a deal that we're looking to get under contract for around 350K, double close for around anywhere from 450 to 475 on the market, and that's really like really aggressive pricing. The broker thinks that it will sell for like 550, but I'm trying to be aggressive because on a double close, especially at that price point, uh, you got to be aggressive on the market. Now, if you guys have any questions while I'm live, go for it. Feel free to drop the questions in the chat. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. But yeah, we're just gonna pretty much rock out for like the next couple hours here. Call sellers, talk to sellers. This really is like the most important part of the business. What's going on, Vikram? So yeah, as you guys have questions, feel free to tune in. Let me do this real quick. Just put that on the live. All right. Yeah, and then we're gonna just start calling sellers. Like I said, I don't know how many people I'm gonna talk to today. It's a Saturday. Usually Saturdays are actually good acquisition days. So when a lot of people sleep, like a lot of people don't make calls on Saturdays, and people really aren't doing anything. So there's a lot of opportunity on the weekends. I feel like when people don't take advantage of the weekends, it's really silly. Um, I have acquisitions guys working on the weekends. If we can, we send out texts on the weekends as well. We still make deals happen. That's the best thing for you to do. So is there a typical price percentage you offer on your mailers? For example, 40. Yeah, I mean at least 40%, bro. It really depends on what we're going after. It depends on the property type. It depends on how well we know the market. But yeah, at least 40% usually. The lowest I ever went was like 20, 25%. Give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna start calling these people. I should have done this before. I appreciate if you walk this through your frame, and then we can see it in action. All right, let's go. All right. So the problem with this last one is we didn't get these counties in here properly. I don't think it populated right, so I'm not able to find the counties. So let me do this. Instead of that, I'm gonna go through like the more here. All right, cool. So we got 5 acres in Georgia. Let's pull it up. I'm not gonna pull it up on here because I haven't been able to figure out how to blur it live yet. But I am going to explain to you guys what the deal looks like and everything like that. Okay. Let's go. Pickens County, Georgia. Who in here has already been sending out mail, has already been texting, has already been talking to sellers? I want to know, how many sellers did you guys all talk to this week? That's what I want to know. Are you guys tracking that number? If you're not tracking how many sellers you're talking to week over week, you're not setting yourself up for success in 2025. That's very important. Okay, I can't. This is not pulling up, so let's do this. I'm trying to just flow through this. Okay, just give me one. Give me a couple. Let's just get this started. When you pull data, do you always remove duplicates this way? Yeah, I do. Because then, if they have more properties that they want to sell, first of all, you save the money. And then if they have more properties that they want to sell, then you make the deal from there. But it doesn't really make sense to send a seller like 20 different letters for one, for 20 different properties if it's that one seller. I've also split tested it, so I have just left it in there. I've always found it better than if you just scrub it out. Because if they're like, you know what, yeah, I actually have these other 4 or 5 parcels that I want to sell as well, then 8 sellers for the week. Nice. Out of those 8 sellers, I mean, what was the consensus of those conversations? How did those conversations go? Yeah, and you're definitely gonna have to up your conversation rate if you want to get to that goal of yours. Because that's about, if you're talking to 8 sellers a week, that's around 32 conversations a month. That's not enough. You need to be having at least 50. All right, here we go. Finally, that took forever. All right, well, this one is in a floodplain, so not a big fan. And yeah, that's common land, so I don't want this. I don't even know why this is in our system. Let me see. Why did they put this in here? Yeah, I don't see the potential. Yeah, they last bought this for 5K. I don't know why this is in a CRM. Yeah, no, this is in a floodplain. Floodplain, and it appears to be common land. Have you found a way to combine the lots into a mailer, or do you just mail one piece per owner? Let's say that you're pulling a specific data set to go after like a certain kind of property, right? Like if I was going after like, 600-acre ranches and they're all, subbed out into, 20 or 40-acre parcels, right? And I'm specifically looking for properties like that, then it would make sense to put together an actual offer. It would make sense to put together an offer for that specific person. Does that make sense? Like, so you take all these data sets, all these different data points, put them together, then it makes sense to go like, okay, I'm going to offer you, I don't know, $250,000 for your 600 acres. And you put all the APN numbers together, and then it's like a formal letter. But usually, if you're offering, someone for like a ranch or something like that, you want to create more of a letter of intent as opposed to a blind offer. And if you're making an offer, then the offer shouldn't be blind. It should be a directed offer, like, or a range saying, hello, sir, very formal letter, right? This is XYZ company. This is what we offer. And, we can do this for you. And I can offer you anywhere between X and X. The standard way of how we like pull blind offers and send blind offers shouldn't be for, if you're going to combine lots, right? That needs to be like directed. You need to actually sit there and manually take these and pull these data sets and do it that way. You should not be just, if you're looking for a strategy like that, it shouldn't just be blind offers, is what I'm saying. Pull the data, go through the data, put it together, create some kind of LOI, and then your data set's going to be a lot smaller. It's not going to be like tens of thousands. It's going to be like, maybe 500 to 1,000 to 1,500. It's not going to be that big. So, I'm a part of the course, but no longer on Discord. I've never heard of you before, so I don't think you are. But if you want to reach out to support, reach out to me. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm not sure if you reach out to me on Discord. I don't respond to anyone on Discord, so hopefully you didn't get like a fake Femi on there, because that does happen to people. So, word to the wise: don't ever talk to me on Discord, because I don't message people on Discord, because people make fake profiles of me, and yeah, it's really hard to do that on Instagram, which is why I say just text me on Instagram, and either me or my setter will reach out to you. Okay, so yeah, we don't like that one. That's a cut. On to the next. Main goal of this thing is to answer you guys' questions and help you guys out, but really the main goal is to work through some leads. So I'm just kind of combing through right now before we have some solid conversations. Okay. But let's say I'm going after like a specific kind of deal, right? Like if I'm going after a deal that, like say a minor subdivide or a deal that I want to make multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars on, that's something that I'm going to be a lot more calculated on than if I was just sending out blind offers for mid to high ticket assets, right? So like I'm gonna pull that data and I'm gonna line by line pretty much create letter of intents and do all that. It's not the same process. So that's really Arland what I wanted to kind of get across. Yeah, I found that sellers are receptive to being contacted at any time, bro. Like just calling and having these conversations. Like I used to when I first started doing this, Monday through Sunday, I would do this. I didn't care. And yeah, sometimes occasionally you're gonna get the you're calling me on a Sunday. You're calling me on a Sunday, really a Sunday? But the right person is gonna be ready to talk to you at any time. That's one thing I learned. The right person will always be ready to talk to you at any time. Yeah, mail merge works very well. I mean, definitely. What is definitely with you there. I want to close the door. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what you can do too is create ranges, right? So you don't want to like. It'll be hard to sit there. It's hard to sit there and go, all right. I want to offer 500K for this one, 430 for this one. Like you want to just create ranges, right? Especially if they're all in close proximity to one another. That's better for you. It's better to just create ranges as opposed to line by line making offers. Now, if like you get to the point where you're strictly and specifically going after subdivides only, then it does make sense to kind of line by line do that. But I'm not sure if you're at that point in your career yet. I don't know. But for the standard model, like I mean, you don't need to do any of this. This is just like strategies in order to go find bigger deals and align with seller profiles that will want to work with us, right? Because if we're just sending out, blind offers to sellers on assets that are multiple hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, then I mean, odds are they really going to respond? Are they really going to engage and have that conversation with us? I mean, it's happened before. It has happened, but like, your deal rate is going to increase very much so when you're able to formalize your offer letters, right? When you're able to more of a letter of engagement for a conversation than here, I'm making you an offer. That's really as you get up in asset class and the price increases and increases and increases and the asset class becomes more valuable, that's what it becomes. It becomes more letter of intent, letter of engagement, letter of interest, as opposed to, you know, hey, I'm making you an offer for $500,000 because at that profile, at that level, these sellers don't really care about that. Like it's not even really just about the money. It's like, who are you? Who am I working with? What can you do for me? What's my problem? That's more what it is. And like the whole pitch of the quick cash fast doesn't really matter to them either. It has to make sense. And so the first step in you making it make sense is sending a letter of intent, sending a letter of engagement that says, hey, you know, we've done X and X, Y, and Z amount of deals, and we'd be happy to work with you. And this property is of interest to us. Are you interested in having a conversation about it? That's where your phone skills and your acquisition skills have to be really good because on the front end, right? This is why I say this is the most important part about this business is you being on the phone, right? Because when you can go talk to like 300 to 500 sellers, just as an example, and you've already had those conversations, when it comes time to having, talking to sellers at the level of, okay, you're talking to a guy now that's worth $40 million, which I've done before, right? You're talking to a guy that's worth $40 million. Money is not going to be a super big pain point to him. What's going to be a pain point to him is what you can do for him, right? And you buying the property from him and making it seamless for him because he doesn't want it. right? So you saying, "Oh, I can do quick cash fast," that doesn't work. So you have to know how to kind of switch your brain around who you're talking to, the different kind of profile that you're talking to. It's very important. Um, yes. So most of my realtors will do showings on the land. Yeah. If usually I don't really want to work with the realtor unless they'll do that, especially for like a more premium property. Like if it's a more premium property and I'm like, okay, this is something that I want to get sold fast, like if the listing prices are, between 270K and up, really, I need them to be able to show it. And that's, mostly what I like to focus on. No, this the larger lot in Oklahoma, that one came from a text. Came from a text. The seller he built a house like down the street, and him and his family, I think they also moved to like Iowa or something. So he just wants to sell this one. It's like 80 something acres, and he has no use for it anymore. All right, let me pull this back up. Okay, this system is being funky today, but we'll find it. Yeah, neutral SMS, and with launch control, what we do is essentially just sound uh, the main framework of sending out really good texting campaigns is basically sounding like an investor without being an investor. And so you don't want to say things like, "Oh, I'm gonna," and you can't even do this anyways because the words get blocked. But you have to kind of sound like a sophisticated investor without sounding like that. So really, like the text that we send is more like, I'm kind of like a neighbor of this person almost, or I'm an associate of this person. Trying to like, it's more what we do to get sellers to engage is more like casual conversation than like, I want to make you an offer on your property. I found that to work so much better than anything else. So a lot of the language in all of my marketing is like more just more casual language, right? More like making friends, befriending them. Like if you were to drive past someone and like, "Oh, where'd you get that you know, I don't know, where'd you get those sunglasses from? Those are really nice sunglasses." And then you engage in a conversation, and that's really what it is. It's more conversational as opposed to trying to be all super salesy. I don't really feel like that works, and everyone does that. And so when everyone does that, it's like immediately the receptors in a seller's mind is like, this person's scamming me immediately. And so we go the opposite way, just trying to be more conversational. I don't like to do the whole, "Oh, we're gonna get you cash quick," and all this. I don't like to do that. Obviously, that's one of my biggest benefits in working with us, right? Is that we'll do that. And I do say that, but like there's a certain way that you say it. There's a certain tonality in which you need to talk to these sellers in order to close them. So the biggest reason why certain land flippers hit seven figures and others don't. I think number one is just resilience. Number two is systems and numbers tracking. Because when you get to the point, first of all, I'm going to talk about resilience, right? There's a certain amount of resilience that goes into doing this for a certain period of time, um, and doing it successfully and doing deal after deal. And there are things that you have to, you go through, right? Like I've had my company has been on the news before for sending mailers, and I've had attorney generals reach out to us and say, stop mailing here, and or we'll sue you, and all these. Like I've gone through things like this, right? And these are a lot of the things that people don't talk about. So for sending the same mailer that everyone else sends, same exact mailer, by the way. Um, and I mean, can you imagine if I would have just took a punch like that and just decided that I didn't want to do this anymore, that I wanted to stop, right? I think that resilience is the biggest thing, and really figuring out like, okay, how do I solve these problems consistently? Okay, this thing happened, I got punched in the face, I got to get up. and I have to keep doing these deals, right? I think there's the obvious stuff like, just doing deals that are too small. Like at this point, if you're watching my content or any of the people that I really, really respect in the game, you shouldn't be doing deals that are smaller, right? Um, you shouldn't be. Like you should be doing, mid-sized to, larger ticket deals. That's what you should be doing. Um, and if you're doing deals that are, you're making 5K on, uh, it's going to be really hard for you to scale. Now, the second thing, yeah, 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 it's a crazy story. Um, okay, this is a good parcel though. There's a wetlands on the back of it, but that's a river. So I'm gonna run some quick comps. The last bought it for 125K. It is 5.9 acres. I like it. I like it. I just don't like those wetlands, but front part of this is buildable right on a road. I like it. The second thing, Vikram, is what did I say? Systems. Yeah, systems and tracking your numbers. So, especially tracking your KPIs, right? Okay. At a six-figure level, if I'm consistently tracking my KPIs, then that means I know how many conversations. Well, first of all, I know how many mailers or how many SMS blasts I need to send to get me a certain amount of conversations. Out of these certain amount of conversations, I know how many conversations will yield me this kind of deal, right? That's really what you need to know. Those four things, right? And then in the conversations, actually analyzing my conversations of, okay, how am I identifying seller profiles? How am I talking to this person versus that person? How are my negotiation skills? How are all these things happening, right? Tracking that, right? If you're tracking that all the way through, all the way until then dispositions too, right? Our listings, are we optimizing our listings to sell as fast as possible? Are we doing that? If the answer is yes, then what does that look like? Like you were on our call yesterday. We were on the group call yesterday, and I was telling you, you're gonna need to add some more vibrance to these photos because they don't look good like this. And then I think you had sent me the original listing and it only had like two photos. And I was like, we got to spruce this up. We have to be able to add listing descriptions on this. We have like better listing descriptions. What are the attributes of the property? What's going to get it to actually sell quickly? We spoke about that and then you changed it. But then we need to go and add some vibrance, add some saturation, add some sharpness to it, right? We do that, excuse me, then it's like they're able to buyers are going to be easier attracted to those kind of properties, right? So throughout the whole funnel, improving every single mechanism through the funnel and tracking your numbers along the way. If you're tracking all the KPIs along the way through that funnel, then your properties, first of all, you're going to get properties under contract faster. And then because I know how much marketing I need to send to yield me a certain amount of conversations, then that means all I have to do is continue to increase the ad spend on that because I know what the return on is going to be predictably because I've tracked every single number through the funnel. So if I'm sending out 10,000 mailers as an example, 10,000 mailers a month and I'm having 50 conversations, okay, what are the main frame of these conversations, and out of these how many conversations am I actually closing? Like how many conversations are we actually getting under contract? And I track that predictably for say 3 to 4 months, and I have let's say an average number, right? Even 6 months. 6 months is better. I'm tracking that for an average of 6 months. Then I have a predictable number of like, okay, now I know how I can essentially buy more conversations because predictably for the last 6 months, this has been our average. So now I know that when I go to 15K mailers a month, 20K mailers a month, 25K mailers a month, I know predictably what's going to happen based upon the sample size of this last 6 months of me tracking my numbers. And then it's just systems and having people do a lot of these things for you because obviously at a lot of these points of the funnel, you cannot do all these things. I can't be in 20 places at once, especially when I'm sending out 20, 30, 40,000 mailers. I cannot do it. If you're sending out 100,000 texts per month, I can't be in every single space at once. I have to be able to leverage my time. So I have to have someone that's on acquisitions for me. I have to have someone answering the phone. I have to have someone on transactions. I have to have someone optimizing those listings. I have to have someone picking the brokers. We need to be building up our broker Rolodex. If we're doing all those things and I've leveraged my time out to those people, then I can sit and manage the system and all the KPIs to make sure that the system is moving properly. You don't want to be in the system. You want to be managing the system, right? But in order to be able to manage the system, you need to understand every mechanism along the way. Most people don't do that, and that's why they don't hit seven figures. All right, let's see. So my phone system here, there's a feature that I see on here that you can take notes while you're on the phone. I think that's really cool. Let's see. Shoot, I did not run comps. Damn, it's okay. Do it real quick. Jack Pittman Road. I didn't get sued, no.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Joshua, this is Brandon. Just giving you a call here in regards to your property on Jack Pittman Road. It's 5.9 acres there. Feel free to give me a call back here at your earliest convenience. My direct number is 209-774-4477. Once again, that's 209-774-4477. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, I didn't get sued. They threatened it. And it went on the news, and I think it was more like a win for the AG. And it was me, and I mean, not me, but it was my company, and then a couple other companies too that were kind of flagged. There's been so many weird things that has happened to me in this business, like so many punches that I've taken, like a lot. I could like probably sit here and for like 2-3 hours and just talk about the punches that I've taken, and I think that that's what most people don't do. Like when they make content about land flipping and land investing and real estate investing is talk about the punches. And honestly, that it really is because the business model is so great and so fruitful. But it's important to also understand that there's an inherent amount of risk that comes with it. But I mean, honestly, bigger the risk, bigger the reward. And the reward has been a lot bigger than the risk taken. So it's really like the trade off of like, what do you want? What do you want? All right, next. Ultimately, like picking good markets, talking to sellers, and even like, okay, like with the AG thing, right? So I think we just didn't respond for like a while. I had people working on that file and they never responded to it. And we're just kind of going through the deals. And then I got a call and it was like, hey, you got to sign this thing saying that you won't send mail here. And we did. But then I mean, there's just there's so many loopholes because have I done multiple deals in that exact state since? Yes. So, you know, hopefully that's why I didn't say the state. Hopefully they don't see this live. All marketing has risk. I'll spend it on great. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I mean, you don't have any great rewards without great risk. So, yeah. But you know what? That's actually why I use like most things that I own, especially my land business. I use an alias. That's why I use an alias because like I don't really want. Yeah, I think that it's a smarter thing to do, especially when you're dealing with some of these sellers. Thanks, Vikram. When you're dealing with some of these sellers that are, you know, I think someone's like just Karens. Like I don't really want to. I don't want my name all over stuff like that. I think it can be a really good thing, and I also think it can be a very detrimental thing to you. Like I've had sellers, threaten to show up at my door and stuff like that. It's you have to be able to protect yourself. You do. So I feel like there are some people that put their faces on their mailers and stuff, and that's just not my style. I don't know. Like I probably wouldn't be able to sleep properly at night. And it's not because like listen, what we're doing is adding a lot of value to the marketplace. We are. There are people though that will feel like, like why would you send me this mail? Like, why would you do this? Like, the stories that I've heard of like people, what people send back in the mail is crazy. So I just think it's important to protect yourself for sure, especially if you're making offers at 40 to 50% of the market value. Now, if you are sending out more of a letter of intent and your intent is to build trust and rapport from the beginning, and you don't have an offer on there, I think it's a fantastic idea to like send something like with your face on it, very professional, very clean cut. That's awesome. You're probably going to get a lot of leads that way, but you're also going to get a lot of people that are probably tire kicking and want market value. Are you going to really get people that are ready to play ball at the price that you're offering? Probably not. You're going to have to do a lot more. And so, some people are like that. Some people are more directed and want to send out, a certain amount of mail to yield a certain result. Um, and what I mean by that is like, okay, I'm looking for this specific kind of property, and other people just want leads. Leads could mean I want $1 million for this property that you're offering me 150K on. So, and I've split tested all these things, and all of them work. But what I found best to work is, especially with these like certain price range, right, mid to high ticket deals. What I've seen work with that is an offer letter with an actual number on it. That's what I've seen work best because now we have something to go for. All right, I want a bigger one. These are small. Give me something. Oh, here we go. I just asked for it and I got it. 169 acres. You guys asking some really good questions today. All right, this one's in Georgia. A lot of Georgia in here this morning. Okay, the APN function on here is not working today, and I don't know why. Come on. Let's use his name. So he said that he wants 5K an acre. Yeah, bro. Let's see. Yeah, probably not. Probably not going to offer you 5K an acre. Let me look at some comps. Yeah, bro. I've done a lot of deals in Georgia. No problem there. I've never had any problems in Georgia, actually. Never. It will never be free Femi, by the way. Never. That will never happen. Let me see. I can't find this dude. Like, why? I need to just use another system because this is wasting my time. Let me see. All right, so this is total 196 acres. He's got he's got water, he's got electric, got a road on it. Do you mail with the whole set of solicitation? Um, yeah. So right now in Georgia, we're just texting. Last year, mailed a lot to Georgia, and then they implemented that. I think they put some they implemented some other clauses in Georgia too. I just forgot what they were, but like there were. I remember there was a point. I was just like rolling through deals like Q1 of last year in Georgia, and I think like when I got to the end of doing a good amount of deals, um, we're about to close on some deal, and then the title company told me I don't remember exactly what the clause was, but it was some crazy clause. Oh, it was the tax. Yeah, it was the tax. They start like so. Okay, one big thing that if anyone that's watching this, right, a lot of these title companies and counties are cracking down on land flippers the same way they used to crack down, or the same way they crack down on wholesalers, right? And so what they start doing is implementing these taxes. So they'll implement like Maryland was the first state that I knew of to do this. They will implement like a 10% tax. To this day, Maryland still owes me like six figures for deals that I closed over there, just because they're holding taxes, right? So, and I've gotten some of the money back, but a lot of it they still owe. But yeah, these withholding taxes. And so there's really not much you can do with that, especially like if you're a flipper, besides either get an entity in the state that you're already working in or have like an address in the state that you're working in, or just hold the property for a longer term. Those are like the couple things that you can do to avoid the tax. But yeah, the tax is like bro 7-8%. So you're basically like paying another realtor, and it adds up. It adds up a lot. But yeah, that's why Georgia is cool. Georgia has a lot of deals. I have the data. I have like so much data from Georgia. So I was like, let's text this out as well. And there's so many deals here, so I don't mind paying the tax. And I just mentioned the ways to get around it, and I've implemented those ways. So what I want to do, I think I'm going to do this at some point, and bring some of you guys on to ask questions. I think that'll be good. Instead of just having it like this, I'll do that at some point. Not today. Yeah, man, this is giving me trouble today. Can't look this thing up. Maybe address. All right, this is pissing me off. Hold on. Let's use a different one. I think sometimes these map companies, they like go down for maintenance or something to where you can't I can't find what I'm looking for by APN, owner number, or anything. Maybe it's time to create my own. But nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stick to doing my deals and teaching you guys how to make a lot of money. But you never know. All right. Now I'm in the county, so can you APN? APN's not working. For sure. I actually I'll probably do it, but I don't know how to do it on here. So yeah, I don't know how to do it. Let me see. I'll figure that out, but I'm trying to talk to sellers right now, so let's do that instead. This is the whole purpose of this live. I'm just trying to pull this thing up, and as soon as I pull it up, I can call them. So let's do this. All right. Hold on, let me do this. Starts new YouTube platform. Yeah. So we're having technical difficulties with this mapping system today, so I'm trying to make sure that I can get it to work because I'm really just trying to flow through and talk to people today. And I can't do that if I can't look up the property. So until then, feel free to ask questions that you guys have. All right, cool. Let's go. All right, now we should be good to go. I think I just fixed it. All right, let's go. There we go. There we go. That took forever. Good Lord. All right, cool. So this one on Hudson Road, it's got a structure on it. What is that? This is what we like to see. And there's another one here, but he looks like he lives on this one. Huh. Interesting conversation. If I can get both of these, this is a good subdivide candidate for sure. Because of the road frontage. It's really flat. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah. Love this. Cool. All right. Let's pull some comps before I give him a call. Son. Only thing I wish I could do while like talking to sellers is like listen to music, but you can't do that. No max 50. Cool. So we have a 191 acre lot that sold for 369K. Let's see how long that one took. That's pretty low. This one's wonky. It doesn't say when it went for sale. So, okay, what about this one? A mill for 173 acres. This one has a structure on it. Looks like it has a home on it. It was listed. Oh, that was actually pretty quick for that price point. It took 2 months to sell. It listed in May, sold in July. Okay. But what I want to see is there's no description on this, is there? Oh yeah, here. So there's a pond house on it. Here. I can show you guys this comp. I'll show you guys the comps. Hold up. Here you go. I'll show you guys these. So I'm looking at comps for this 169 acre parcel, right? So this one, these are the kind of things that I like to see when it comes to demand, right? So I can see that there's demand, like $1 million was in the market, right? And it moved within 2 months. That's a good sign, right? That means that if I go to sell this property here, I know that it's not going to be slow. I know that the market, I know that the area is not impoverished. I know that people with capital are here, right? So that's just a good point. And again, we do this research on the front end anyways, but when we go and look at comps, these are the kind of things that we're looking for. You got a 200K lot, 109 acres. Doesn't give me the full story of what happened. This is too large to be a comp. 548. Okay, how long did this take? Excellent. Yeah, hunting timber. I wonder, this one that I'm on, I wonder if you can hunt on it. I don't think so. Really doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is not really recreational land. So I can't really comp this as recreational land. So what I'm doing right now is getting a feel for this market in relation to what my property looks like and the characteristics of mine, right? This guy wants $5,000 an acre. I need to figure out if that's justifiable, which, I don't. But before I call him, I just want to have a rough idea of what I would offer him. And the thing is, like, we have this one right here, but I don't think that, like, let me see. Depending on what he says, right? I think there's a structure on his. So because there's a structure on his, that might change things. He's got a house on it and everything like that. So, maybe, right? But I'm actually really conservative with everything. Like, I always err on the conservative side. I found that to keep me in business. And to be honest with you, sometimes, like, I've made the mistake in the past of being way too conservative and then losing a deal because I was being conservative. And it's important to find a very fine line in between those two things, because there is a very fine line in being like way too conservative and being like, okay, you know what? I can still make a deal happen here, so I'm going to make a deal happen. Wait. Is this the same one? No, it's not. But this looks like almost identical to mine. And this one sold for $1 million. Huh. Interesting. It looks very identical to mine. It sold for $1 million. Okay, let's call. So, okay. That's really interesting. Let me hone in on this math real quick though before I call him. Okay. So if I was to go, okay, I got you. Cool.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up. Hi, Hubert. This is Brandon giving you a call here in regards to your 169-acre property right there on Moxley Bartow Road. Feel free to give me a call back here. I'm interested in talking to you about the property and interested in even potentially making an offer. My direct line here is 209-774-4477. Once again, that's 209-774-4477. Once again, this is Brandon.
I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. So okay, I like this one a lot. So I'm gonna just keep following up with him. Put him on a drip. I did call him. The other thing too, like I really enjoy these deals. I really enjoy doing deals. But one thing that you guys learn like along the way, right, is just to be really, really, really stoic about it. Right. Like one thing that I feel like when you're new to this, I can always tell when someone's newer when they get like really, really excited about like every single deal. Like I don't really get excited about it. It's more just like, oh, this will be a cool deal to do. Right. Just kind of adding on, like just stacking accolades. That's really what it is. I don't feel like I feel like getting too excited or getting too sad about a deal can burn you out. Like you can't get excited about these things, you can't get sad about them if they don't work out. If you just stay really like just really neutral and level-headed throughout, you're gonna set yourself up for quite a successful and long career um, as a land flipper. So it's crazy how fast these lives pass by. It's already been an hour. All right, we got 156 acres. Oh, he said his tract. This guy said his tract is infinitely valuable. So okay. What the? Huh. So we have 183 acres on a highway here. And the left side has access from both sides. So the left side actually has a road on like the west side and the other one and on the highway. So there's 2 points of road. This actually would be a good subdivide candidate actually, to be honest. The only thing is this other side doesn't have that. It just has one access, but it's got a lot of road access, like a lot of road frontage, and there's a lot of lots around here, which is also good. I like it. So I'm essentially just gonna like comp this as a subdivide. This wouldn't really be a standard flip, especially because he wants so much. Let me see. What are these lots? How big are these? An acre, and there's homes on them. Okay, so let me do some quick maths. How many 1 acre lots could you put on here without building a road into it? Let me see. Quick maths. How big is this one? 22 acres. Yeah, this is pretty huge. Okay. Let me see. Number. I want to see first. I want to price some smaller lots, like 5 to 10 acre lots, because that's probably what I could do with this. Then I like the fact that there are a lot of, like, you got 1.9 acres, 1.6, all along this road. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me show you. Let me just take this thing off here. Oh, it's not gonna work. Okay. So this is the lot. I've done some big deals in this area. So I know that there's a lot of demand and there's a lot of capital in this area as well. The other thing that I'm seeing here, though, are a lot of these smaller lots. And so what I'm going to go do is go price these and kind of figure out what these are selling for. Although it would be difficult to, this is a lot to get into, but it would be difficult to put 1 acre lots on both of these without building a road into it. And so the lots will probably have to be in bigger size. So I'm going to probably just price for, like, let's say, like 5 to 10 acre lots. And I kind of want to measure this to see what I could put on here without putting a road into it. Cause road costs are always your biggest expense when doing things like this. And I usually don't like to put roads into stuff if I don't have to. Let me see. Measure this out. Hey, this usually doesn't take me this long, but I'm trying to make sure that I do it right before I call him. But also, I got to see what kind of time he's on. So let's see.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Elvis, this is Brandon giving you a call here in regards to your property right there on Highway 129. Feel free to give me a call back here at your earliest convenience. My direct line is 209-774-4477. Once again, that's 209-774-4477. We were actually briefly discussing this property via text a couple days ago. Once again, this is Brandon. Feel free to give me a call back. 209-774-4477. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. A lot of these in here that I'm seeing are good ones. Just got to keep these sellers on our list and keep them dripped up, keep following up. That's really all it's going to take. A lot of these are really good leads. That's a solid property. That's what we're going after, right? That's what we want. We want these larger deals and where we also have, like, options and exit strategy too, right? The better asset you have, the better it is, like the more exit strategies you have, right? So you want to be aiming after assets where you can do 3 things with it if you really wanted to. So that's one of the biggest benefits of going after things that, like, this is a really good asset instead of like some desert square in the middle of nowhere. What are you going to do with that? Nothing. Who's next? Okay, we have 16 acres. I want to get one conversation out of this stream, at least one. Doesn't have to be crazy, but I want one at least. So, this is one of the things that I always say. But if you're starting out on your journey and you can't sit here on the phone for a few hours and get voicemails and leave the voicemails and not have any conversations, and you sit there until you get a conversation, if you don't have the ability to do that, you're not going to be successful with this. You won't. Because that's the only way that you're going to actually get deals done is by talking to sellers and making friends with sellers. That's it. There's not any secret data source or secret list or secret county that you will ever have if you don't talk to sellers. It doesn't exist. There's no magic beans, there's no magic potion, there's no magic pricing, there's nothing that you can do if you don't talk to sellers. Nothing. Oh. This is not a viable lead, but I'm still gonna call. I mean, he farms on this actively. I don't even know why this is in the CRM. Yeah, I don't understand why this is in here. 404-391-3206. Probably shouldn't have said his number out loud. Oh shit.
Please leave your message for
Jerry.
Hey Jerry, this is Brandon giving you a call here in regards to your property right there on Perot Highway. Feel free to give me a call back here at your earliest convenience. I know we were texting back and forth just a little bit about the property and potential interest in, potentially making a deal happen. My direct line here is 209-774-4477. Once again, that's 209-774-4477. This is Brandon. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Gotta sharpen up. Sharpen up, sharpen up, sharpen up, sharpen up. Too small, too small, too small. All these are too small. I want bigger ones. Nope. If it's not more than 350K. Let me see this. $17. Oh, you're literally insane. You want 350K for this? That's crazy, bro. Nah, man. This guy is nuts. I know without even looking at comps that this is not even worth anything close to 350K. So I don't know. Good luck. Let me see. Like, not even at market value, I don't think this is worth 350K. Well, let's see. Yeah, so you have a 15-acre lot that did sell for that, but it's not anywhere near the road frontage. The road frontage on this one is a lot more than the one I'm looking at. And how long did this take? It took 1 month. See, our county selection and market selection is always on point. Yeah, this also took 1 month at 290K. This also took what? Yeah, that took 2 months on point. $533,000, 12 acres. So what am I gonna price this at though? That's the question. Okay. $14 acres, 250K. That sold in 1 month, on point. So we can come in at around what? What do you think? He said 350, right? So if you're at, and then for this one in particular, right? So let me measure the road. I want to figure out how long the road frontage is before I let's measure this. So good amount of road frontage than what's represented. The one that's actually on here is a little bit. God, I really want to show you guys what I'm doing, but I can't until I can blur it out. So actually, good amount of road frontage. About what? Is that right? Hold on, let's do this. Let's do that again. Let's make sure. Okay, it's about 500 feet in road frontage. It's not bad. And what did he say is on here? Like, what kind of? Oh, he said 300 feet, so my tool is off. All right, come on. What was this put in here? Okay, let's go. I'm thinking around. If I can come in at like 175 to 200, I'll be in a solid position. I might be able to come up a little bit more. A little bit more. But I like the comps that I saw. A lot of those comps are moving pretty quickly. But also had a lot more road frontage than mine, which definitely affects it. If you guys have questions about what I'm doing, feel free to chime in, ask questions, engage in the chat. Anything like that, I'm happy to answer.
Please leave your message for
Jim Schulheimer.
Hey, Jim, this is Brandon giving you a call here in regards to your property right there on Youth Monroe Road. I know we were texting a little bit back and forth on this property. You indicated that you wanted around 350K for it. Feel free to give me a call back here. I'm happy to discuss potentially getting a deal done with you. My direct line is 209-774-4477. Once again, that's 209-774-4477. And this is Brandon. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. What I'm doing too, when I leave a message, I'm also sending them a follow-up text just to make sure that, you know, they know that I contacted them. So as many touch points as I can. If I have their email, then I'm also emailing them as well. But when you're following up like this, you want to have as many touch points as possible. So you call, you leave the voicemail, you leave the text, you leave the email if you can. You do everything that you can to get back in touch with these sellers. And that's also why when let's say a lead comes in and a lead is hot and they're ready to go, you got to touch them immediately because time kills deals. If you wait like 3 days, you're doing all this due diligence and all this stuff and calling the county and all this, and you haven't talked to the seller yet, then you're going to have a tough time getting a deal actually done because you're not talking to anyone. So you want to be able to get on the phone with these people as quickly as possible. And if you can do that, then you're in the game. You're in the game consistently. You're winning. You're closing deals. All right, what's next? There's a structure on this one. It's got road access from only one point. It's 20 acres. These look like barns or horse barns or something like that. Let me see. Last sold for $150K. Pull some comps on this. So I see a 13-acre lot that sold for $240,000. What kind of lot is this? Okay. Interesting. How long did this take? 4 months. So 4 months at $240,000. We'll see. Let's give this one a call. Six, 7, 8.
Hello?
Hey, Steven, this is Brandon giving you a call here with Advanced Acreage. How are you?
Okay.
I'm giving you a call here in regards to this property you have here on Fields Road. Is that right?
Yes.
I know we were texting back and forth a little bit about it. I wanted to see if you had just a couple minutes to just have a quick discussion about it.
Well, can you catch me on Monday maybe?
Sure. What time on Monday?
Oh, anytime will do. We're off that day, so
Perfect.
that'll work.
Okay. I'll give you a call Monday morning then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. So he did answer. I don't think he lives on it. I want to see what else does he own in this area. Does he own anything out here? Let me see. The sun is going away. Yeah, I don't need these right now. Let me see. Yeah, this is a good one though. Now what I'm doing too with this guy, I'm sending him a reminder and basically setting an appointment saying that we're going to talk on Monday, and I'm going to send him a specific time. So then when we get on the phone, he'll know like, okay, I'm talking to this person on Monday, and then I'll send him a follow-up text. Hey, just wanted to make sure that we're good to talk on Monday at this time, and then I'll speak to him at that time. Just organizing your systems in this way is very important as well. Because sometimes, yeah, you're gonna cold call sellers just like I'm doing right now, but then if it's a point where you're trying to follow up with them consistently and it takes multiple calls to build up that rapport with them, then you want to start setting appointments. I found that to be very valuable in my business, just setting appointments with sellers. All right. Let me get one more in. End the live. If you guys have any questions before I end the live, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. Happy to answer anything you guys have. Oh, here he is right here. All right, cool. Found him. Yeah, so he owns this one, and then he owns a 5-acre lot, which, yeah, this looks like his house. So he doesn't live on this, and these are not anywhere close to one another. That could be a deal there. What's next? All right, we got a 129-acre lot. Where is this? Okay. Okay. That's not the county. Hold on. I think I might have talked to this person already. Maybe not, but I just had another 120 something acre lot in this exact county. I don't think this is it. It's a different one. Seller name is what? Okay. The other thing too that you could think about is when you're talking to sellers and you leave voice messages on the weekend, as an example. If you're leaving voicemails on the weekend and they're not checking their voicemail until, like, let's say Monday, then the first thing they're going to do is actually call you back. That's the other thing to think about. That's happened to me many times. We're like, I'll call during the weekend, and then they're like, oh, I got your voice message from the weekend. Just want to give you a call back and see. So you're basically the first thing they do on their list if you call during the weekend. It's another perk of calling during the weekend. And if you're trying to get your first deal, your first 5 deals, your first 10 deals, whatever it is, you should be calling every single day. Whether you're getting voicemails or whether you're getting call me on Monday or whether you're getting whatever, call every single day because it's going to really increase your chances of being able to get a deal done. So this one has got This one's got 70 acres. Why is he saying that there's 129? I'm trying to just figure out before I call this guy what's going on here. What's the name? I can't pull this one up. So let me skip this until I'm off of here. Hey Eric, have you sold the lumber from property before flipping it, either to make room? I've actually never done that before. Yeah, no, I've never done that before. Usually I sell the properties as is. That's always what I've done. I know people that have done that, but honestly, like, compared to what we're doing, the lumber doesn't really have as much value as like if you were just to flip it normally. Not really. It's not a necessary strategy. Definitely not. When you think about it, right? Like we're buying these things at like half of what they're worth. So yeah, no, I've never done that. Litchfield. Okay. Giving me problems again, this thing. Yeah, but I definitely don't look at properties for their timber value at all, ever. I just look at the demand of the market for a property that looks like this and a property that's like kind to mine. That's what I'm looking for. Here you go. Yeah, these guys are not pulling up in the system today. It's kind of irritating. That's okay. Okay. Having a little bit of a problem here in the fact that the texters that I hired did not input the counties into some of these files. So I'm going to have a meeting Monday morning to figure out why that's not happening. Because that's like 6 properties in a row where that didn't happen. That's okay. It's all good. Happens. Here you go. Just give me something. Okay. Let's try to go through all these. All right, so we have 5 acres in Georgia that I'm about to call. This person wants 159K. and it does not have any utilities on it. You guys have any questions before I get off of here? This will probably be the last call I do on this live. The next live I'll do, I'll probably just bring people up and I'll just make calls as well. I got some work to do, so I have to get off live. Yeah, standard lot. This is not worth 150K though, bro. Not at all. So let's see. But these are interesting. So I think maybe he thinks that because a lot of these houses are really nice. Like the ones next to it, they got really big pools. It's the first thing that I see. And his, how many acres is this? This is one of the smaller ones though. So it can be built on, but it doesn't have utilities. So that's really going to be one of my biggest pain points, is that it doesn't have utilities. And damn, my whole pencil case just fell. So, all right, let's see. Let's count this out. So you have, let's look at some comps, guys. Yeah, like I thought, there's nothing in this area that's selling for that much. Yeah, no. What specific area is this in though? So. Okay, so there was a lot in this exact area that sold for 175K. 5.2 acres. This took 2 months to sell. Went pending after 1 month. So, I mean, his pricing is right in line with that market. How many acres was this again? 5.2, and mine is 5.05. So I'm gonna say that if I'm priced at around 110 to 115 on this lot, this 5-acre lot, I could probably go and offload it for like 140 to 150. And that's fair because this one went pending this went pending after a month, right? I want to see too, did this one have, I don't know if this one had utilities. Let's see. No, I don't think this one had utilities. Nope. See, yeah, no, it didn't. Interesting. Okay. See, if I can get him for around 110 to 115, it's a solid deal. But he wants to start at 159. Therein lies the issue. I mean, even a little higher, but then we're getting into realms of, I have my fees and I have all these other things. I don't really want to go higher than 120. That's the max I would go on this one. I want to go higher than 120, although I'm going to start at like 110. Hoping for an offload of, let's say, like 155-ish on the market. And really, like, that's being aggressive. That's me trying to sell this like really quickly. I think that's fair. I want to look at one more comp though. I want to see. But I do like the fact that there's demand in this particular area. You said, actually, no, there's one more right here. Look at that. There's actually a couple of them that have sold. So this isn't the same one though, is it? Hold on. No, these are not the same. So the reason why he's saying 150 is because he probably sees these as well. But this one does have utilities, which is interesting because they both sold for the same price. This one took longer though. I don't know who told these people to list this at $500,000. That wasn't smart. Okay. We got one more too. Wait, no, this is the same one. Okay. So yeah, I'm right. Around 110 to 115. Like if I really had to, I'd probably go 120, offload for around 150, 155. That's aggressive enough for it to sell pretty quickly. I probably could go higher. I probably honestly could list this at like 169. But I like to sell my properties fast. I don't like to like sit on the market. It doesn't do anything for you. All right, let's see. What road is this on?
Hello?
Hi, Alexander. This is Brandon giving you a call in regards to your property on Elk Ridge Road.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me? I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Hey, sorry about that. This is Brandon giving you a call in regards to your property on Elk Ridge Road.
Yes.
We were texting a little bit back and forth about it a couple days ago. I wanted to see if you had a quick moment to chat about it.
Yeah, I have 2 minutes.
Awesome. Okay. I understand that this is right up on that cul-de-sac there. Is that right?
That's right.
Awesome. Okay. And then have you built on this, or did you ever have any plans on building on it, or?
I did. It was more so going to be for, when my wife and I were retired. We'll just build over there. But now that we're up here in Milton, around Alpharetta, we're probably going to look to go up to Blue Ridge. So I'm looking to sell it so I can just go ahead and purchase something up there.
Gotcha. So you guys won't be building up on this and looking to just move, or?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you guys currently living in this area, or?
No, I'm not living in that area. I'm all the way up north.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm not living in the area.
What made
if
you?
I can't get a good price on it,
Yeah.
then I'm just going to build on it, and then once I build on it and put a little house on there and everything, then I know the price will probably double or triple.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, what made you kind of, I guess, want to come out to this area? It's a beautiful area. I'm just curious why this area over any other ones.
Because back then when we bought it, it was a nice, quiet town, and we got a tip that they were going to put in a college over there and a huge super Walmart years and years ago, and that fell through during the 08 housing thing. And then now they have a huge movie studio where they do all the action movies out there with helicopters and stuff. And also too, because a lot of people have been calling me the last 6 months. Really, it's been ramping up the last month or two,
Right.
to purchase the property because Rivian has their plant that they're building out there, the one in Georgia, and they just got $6.3 billion worth of funding to build their Georgia plant, and that's going to be right around that area,
Okay.
from Newton County and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of people are just eager to get in, get something in there to start building.
No, of course, people are always
Plus,
looking
it's one of
for.
the fastest growing. Yeah, it's one of the fastest growing, if not fastest growing, county in Georgia right now too. So that helps out a lot.
Yeah. We've done quite a lot of deals in this area, so we're very familiar with all the ongoing plans there. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you, a quick question about the utilities on it. Have you had any perk tests or anything like that done on the property?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Have you ever had a perk test done on it?
No, I have not.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, how far did you really get into like getting ready to build on it? I know you guys bought the lot, but was there ever any like, okay, let's make sure we have water, let's make sure there's sewer, electricity, all those things?
I know it has all that because it is in a subdivision.
Gotcha.
So it's already in subdivision. They have rules of how you can build and stuff in there.
Okay.
Already. So we also looked at probably dividing the property because it's like a little over 5 acres and putting 2 and 2. But we can't do that because it's in the subdivision. I looked at doing where you can put horses and stuff on there. I can't speak right now.
Gotcha.
As well. So we looked at it several years ago, but I haven't looked at it since. And a lot of offers I've been getting were just like, I got some, the highest I think I've gotten so far is like about 120, 125.
Okay.
Wife was a little upset. She says I should have passed on it, but knowing everything that's coming to that area, I'm not. I can hold on to it. Not going to make a big difference to me. I pay my taxes on it yearly, so it's not breaking my bank or anything like that to keep holding on to it as land.
Right.
So
then it's not necessarily like a desperation thing of like, I need to sell. It's more like, hey, if the right offer comes along, we want to kind of build a house in another area anyways.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's what I'm telling people. I'm like, look, I understand it's a business. I'm not sitting here and trying to gouge anybody whatsoever to say, give me, $250, $300. I live in Milton, one of the most expensive areas in Georgia. I understand land prices and stuff like that.
Right.
Square footage or acreage and stuff. So I'm not trying to gouge anyone, but I don't want to get taken advantage of. People coming to me with like $40,000, $50,000. I said, no, because you're going to go, like, come on, I'm not an idiot. You're going to go, you're going to build on it, put something for build on it for $200,000, sell it for $400,000 or more. The area is not, it's building up. I understand that, it's not a high income area, net worth area as of yet.
Right.
But if you can go in there and start buying out all those homes in that subdivision one by one, I see it here in Alpharetta all the time, and in Milton, all these older neighborhoods, people are just buying up the older homes, tearing it down and putting up new ones.
Right.
Or, $1 to $2 million easy. So with all the stuff coming in that area, it's a great, you can, do as you wish, but I have friends in real estate and, they're all telling me, just hold on to it. It's no rush.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So the rush factor is really not a big thing. Let me ask you this. I know you
Not
said
at all.
you had already identified the other property that you wanted to build on, or are you guys?
Yeah, I already
okay.
had the other property to build on. Yeah. And
Okay.
The thing is, too, we can go ahead and put money down on that one and get it.
Gotcha.
That, again, it's no rush up there.
Mhm.
Blue Ridge is gorgeous. A lot of places up there. The subdivision is new.
Mhm.
We just I'm going to Elk Ridge tomorrow to go look at the property, just to go drive by there and check it out.
Nice.
It's we do have a couple of properties already identified there. So
Okay. Have you guys looked into 1031ing at all? Doing an exchange? Like if you guys were to sell this one and then do a
Um,
1031 exchange into the other
Yes,
asset.
that's pretty much what we want to do. Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't want to get hit with any extra
Capital
taxes.
gains.
I don't want to hold on to it. So it's
Of
just
course.
basically once I sell it, I can take it in there, or if we don't have anything yet, I'll just hold it for like 60 days
Gotcha.
and then drop it and then purchase it. So
We work with quite a few clients that do end up doing that and have other properties that they're looking to, invest their capital into from the sale of these.
yeah,
So that's something that we're familiar with
that's
as well.
exactly what's going to happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I can put it into this house and I can put it in this house and raise the value by adding on more rooms and a pool and everything. But, the plan is to we're doing that now anyway. So I can just take this money and roll it directly into there and just purchase the land. And then we can just sit on that property and then build on it once, it's time to move up further and retire.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a plan. One thing I'll ask you, you said that you've gotten offers at like 120, 125, and then those are just like a hell no. Is that right?
Yeah, I said, appreciate it. They sent the contract over and everything.
Right.
They gave me 30 days and extended it to 45. And speaking of my real estate agent, he was like, it's good, but he said, we can get a lot more for it if we just sit tight. I was like, all right, just sit tight. I know what's up there already. And like I said, I'm not trying to be greedy, but, this is retirement. So
of course,
I want to make sure that I do the best that I can to take care of myself and the family. So
I totally understand. And listen, I'm the exact same way. So I don't want to sell any of my assets before it's time to let them hatch. Right. So
right, exactly.
a couple things that I'll say, right? Especially we work with a lot of realtors too. A lot of them like to give the skeptical market value of what a property might be worth, as opposed to what it really might be worth at that exact point, right? I'm not saying that these are things you sound like a really intelligent guy, but what I'm looking at is like, okay, for us and what makes sense for our company.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, and really like what we're making offers based upon is like, okay, sold value, right? Okay, what's actually sold in this area?
Right.
What kind of utilities did it have? Okay, you've got water, it's got septic, it's got all those things already. Okay, that's great. We're looking at road frontage, we're looking at all these things, and then I know for you, timeline isn't really a big factor. Is that right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if I can close in 30 days or not. It's like it's really about the right price.
That's it. Yeah. The right price. Closing costs paid for, and just waiting on the right price. That's all. So if it's something that, if it's something that we're waiting on, then we'll move forward on it. If not, then we'll just wait.
How long would you be looking to wait for? Because I know you said, I mean, it doesn't seem like your other property is predicated based upon the sale of this one, but I'm sure it will help. Is that right?
Yeah, it is not. It is absolutely not.
Okay.
Again, that property we can wait on. Right now, if I wanted to, I can just put money down on it and purchase it. But not anything that I have to say, all right, we need to get this property sold ASAP so I can take that money and put over there. Because if that was the case, I would have given it away to 100, 125, 90, or whatever.
And do you feel like that, just out of curiosity, do you feel like 125 is like giving it away for you?
Yes and no. Based on what I'm hearing that's coming in that area and what I'm being advised, I'm shortchanging myself about $25K. He was looking at putting it around that 155, 160 mark and negotiate from there. But, but at 125, if I can hold out, because I'm not in any pressure to get rid of it now, I'll wait and see if we can get that 160.
So one thing I'll say too is, again, with a lot of realtors, and we have realtors in our Rolodex that we work with very closely. A lot of them are, ill-advised when it comes to selling land. And this is not me speaking to your realtor at all. I'm not, but I'm just saying a lot of them are ill-advised and will try to list something way more than what it's worth. Like I'll give you an example, right? So this is a little bit of an extreme example, but before I called you, I was looking at some of the properties that have sold in this area. You had one realtor that listed a property just like yours for $400,000, and it sat on the market for like 8 months, and then they dropped it way down, like to like 140 or something like that, right? And so,
Right.
like a lot of the times, the realtor will try to sell you the dream of, oh man, we can get your property sold in this amount of time. But then, let's say just, devil's advocate here, if you're able to sell it at like, 155, 160, by the time that incur all those fees and everything like that, I mean, your net would probably be like, around that 125 range anyways. Does that make sense? Like, okay, the
Oh,
taxes,
you mean
go ahead.
like fees for?
Yeah. So let's say like, okay, you've got your realtor and then you've got a potential buyer's realtor. I mean, that could go up to, 7%. I've seen it go as high as 10% on transactions that we've done.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna give me. Yeah, he's my buddy, so I'm
Okay.
getting a deal when he sells it.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna give me like 2%, 2.5%, 3%.
Gotcha.
He's not gonna try to.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, then we got to think about, I mean, this is just me just having a conversation. We got to think about who he brings to the table too, right? Because then, if he brings someone to the table, then that could be an extra 2.5 to 3% as well, right? So let's say like, a buyer's
Right.
agent calls. So then you're sitting at 6-7% right there, right? And then you got the taxes,
Right.
we got the closing costs. Usually these buyers don't want to pay closing costs. So
then Then we'll just walk away.
Right.
Because like I said, it's like, I get what you're saying. You're making perfect sense.
Right.
Because if I said, all right, I won't go through my real estate agent, I'll just deal directly with you,
Mhm.
right? And then if you say cash offer, pay closing costs, 150, and we're out of here, it makes perfect sense. After taxes, I'm still good. Or I can roll a chunk of that in there, and then you guys will make a good profit because you can build your house on it and this, that, and the third.
Mhm.
The other route will go, get both parties involved, make sure all the legal paper is done correctly to protect myself and you also,
Right.
and then we can go down that path as well. So it all comes down to exactly, like I said, I have to go deal with the family right now. But I'll say just call me back and, let me know what's a good price you guys are thinking about. If it's up for negotiation, then it's great.
Okay.
If not, then, reach back out in another 6 months.
Sure.
As well. But I am going to go up there and check it out tomorrow.
Cool.
Because it's been a lot of traffic, people just reaching out.
Right.
As well, wanting to, purchase it. So
can we do this? Can I get an email from you, Alexander?
Sure.
What's the best email for you?
It's alexander.mark@gmail.com.
Cool. Alexander.mark@gmail.com.
Yeah. And you guys are based in Georgia?
Correct. Yeah, we have a multitude of representatives in Georgia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it might be something if you can buy it and get me to one in Blue Ridge and work out a deal there. It might be, a win-win situation as well.
Listen, yeah,
So, like I said, I don't, because he's not representing me up there
Okay.
and buying that property at all. But again, it's just how we can negotiate at the end of the day, which I can just being frank. How can I keep more money in my pocket,
right,
so I can take care of my retirement?
Yeah, the best deals that I've always seen are the ones that we can get to mutually work out for all parties. So that's what we're about with our clients. So let me ask you this: what's a good time to chat on Monday?
Monday, probably Monday afternoon around 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
That
Awesome.
should be fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark you down here, and then you'll probably get an email from me just introducing you to our company, just who we are, what we've done, everything like that, and then I'll we'll have a chat on Monday. Does that sound good?
All right, sounds good. Yep.
Awesome.
Sounds good, man.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. I love this shit. I love it. I really do. I love talking to sellers. Like, this is like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I love this shit. I love talking to sellers. All right, cool. So good conversation. Hope you guys took something from that. That's what I was looking for this entire 1 hour and 51 minutes of streaming. I'm going to go do some more work off stream, But if you guys have any questions, I don't know where you came from, Discord, whatever. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure to go through my other videos. If you want help building your land flipping business to multiple 6 figures, 7 figures in net profit, feel free to book a call with me below. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Bye.